Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost in Dixon, Missouri. This is the Commonwealth, July 1941. The British have their 3 tech chips. Once again, they're going to try to move advanced ASW, wartime economy, and improved construction. Alright, advanced ASW is a 7. Well, they finally got an 11 to move that to stage 3. About the time they finish that, maybe they'll have all the U-boats killed and won't need it. Wartime economy is a 7. Cock die. Got that with a 12. That goes to stage 3. And improved construction is a 7. Got that one with an 8, so it is completed. Now, apparently the extra help they got with cleaning out the enemy agents made the difference. Alright, I'll do the build. Alright, the British started with 17 pounds in the bank. They bought 2 colonial infantry for 8. A marine for 4 makes 12. And 2 militia for 4 makes 16, saving 1. India started with 12. They bought 2 Gurkhas for 8 and a marine for 4. Anzac had 10. And the British now have improved construction, so they finished their light cruiser for 3, spent 6 on a destroyer, and saved 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and since they have improved construction now, the minor shipyard down there at Sydney can produce, I believe it's 2 ships per turn. Let me make sure. Just make sure here real quick. Yes, it can now produce 2, so that is legal. Okay, over here, we're going to have 2 things. I think we can see it there. 1 strategic bomber is going to come over here and bomb the miner factory in Paris again. The other strategic bomber we're going to go ahead and try. He's going to come over here and bomb the major factory in Western Germany. Then out here in the North Atlantic, the escort carrier and the destroyer come down here. Of course, a plane on a carrier is always considered to be on combat air patrol, so these 2 are going to team up and attack that U-boat. And then over here, it's not something we really want to do, but the situation has gotten desperate enough we don't have any choice. The Indian squadron is coming through the canal and they are going to attack that Italian fleet in the Med. They don't have any choice. They can't let the Italians keep reinforcing from the mainland. They're going to have to try and take that fleet out and shut that off, at least for a turn or two. And then there won't be any combat anywhere else, so we'll just start with the sea battle right here. We've got a battleship, a heavy cruiser, 2 destroyers, and a fighter. The escort carrier is going to go in with them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers going against a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, and 1 light cruiser. So it's going to be 5 on 4. And the tactical bomber just has to sit there because scramble from an airfield is only allowed for fighters. I'll let you know. Well, the Indian squadron got in there and did it. They lost a destroyer and took a damage on their battleship. Okay, next, over here, for some strategic bombing. I'll just do it real fast. Well, that's going to take me a minute. I'll let you know. All right, the British rolled in there. German fighter came up to intercept from Berlin. The fighter missed, but the bomber shot him down in return, and then rolled in and did 12 damage to the major factory there. And then the AA fires, and they missed. Okay, now we'll do the one there in Paris. Well, the British did such a good job in Germany, they had to pay for it. They got in there and got 5 damage on the factory, which is the maximum it can take. But their bomber got shot down by the anti-aircraft. Okay, now we'll move out here to the North Atlantic. All right, the destroyer and tactical bomber both missed, and the U-boat submerged to live to fight another day. All right. That is going to bring us to non-combat. The home fleet here at the moment doesn't have any German fleet to fight. There's a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, a light cruiser, a destroyer, and a torpedo boat destroyer there.
Oh, Papa.
They're going to leave the torpedo boat destroyer behind. He's going to stay there on guard station. So the rest of the fleet is going to come 1 down here, pick up a commander from London, and then go 2, 3 down to here. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Get the commander on the card over there. All right. Let's see. They still have to guard against that U-boat on the London-Halifax line, so everybody there is going to stay where they are. Yeah. And looking down there, everybody's going to stay there. We're going to have a non-combat move over here. This infantry moves one space over to Eastern Egypt. We're going to have a couple of non-combat moves down here in the Indian Ocean. These two transports have a major port there at Aden, so they're going 1, 2, 3 back to home. Yeah, General Diego, we hear you. And then this British destroyer is going 1, 2, 3 to join him as a shepherd. Down here in the jungles of Southeast Asia, these three Gurkhas in Burma, there is a little connection there with, I call this Hanoi because that other thing, Anim Tonkin, just sounds funny. I mean, everybody knows where Hanoi is, so that's what I'm calling it. They're going down there to defend Hanoi, since the Japanese are in Kwangtung now. These two Gurkhas are moving down to Burma, and that will do for there. And I don't believe Anzac is going to have any non-combat. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, so we are placing units. Grab a couple of chips. It's almost getting a little too crowded down here for all their Navy. Put a chip under the light cruiser. And another chip under the destroyer. So what they have down there now is a battle cruiser, 2 light cruisers, 3 destroyers, a submarine, and a transport. Pretty respectable little neighbor for some guys who only make $5 a turn. Okay. Over here, we've got 2 Gurkhas going in here to Bengal. And we've got a Marine. It doesn't really matter. I guess I'll put him in Calcutta. Okay, that's it for them. Now we come over this way, and we're getting a militia for Transjordan. A militia for Eastern Egypt. And then a colonial infantry for each one of those. Okay. Then we come back over this way to the British Isles, and this Marine will go to the Midlands. All right. Now let's look at the big board. Anybody remember the big board from Dr. Strangelove? Okay, I'm just gonna check them here. Never hurts to check, so I'm not making silly mistakes. Okay, the British are at 27 plus 3 for having Suez is 30. And that's all they get. 30 pounds for next turn. Then India's on 14. They'll get plus 2 for Allied possessed aid in Eastern Egypt. Will give them 16 next turn. And then Anzac. Oh, no, the British won't be 30. They saved one this time, so they'll be at 31. Then Anzac gets 5, plus 2 for no enemy warships within 2 sea zones of Australia is 7, and they saved 1, so they'll have 8. Ozark Outpost, over and out.